Up with you.
You want to open with me?
Yeah.
I guess with the benefit of self-scout, having some time off, what have you identified as maybe honed in on as an area you really want to sort of?
Just fundamental improvement. Again, technique and eyes and alignments and just being physical. I had a great week of practice. Just being more precise with what we're doing. And again, still dealing with a lot of youth, seen some good, seen some bad, seen some improvement without question, starting with our defensive line. But we got a ways to go still. We got immeasurable improvement still. And I've been pleased with our guys' effort and their attitude. But just got to keep grinding. And not one necessarily specific area. Just got to be more precise in what we're doing, whether it's coverage or run fits or alignments or the techniques that go with some of those alignments and those calls.
Brent, after a game like North Carolina, if it happened last year, then Christian and Cleveland would have come forward and taken care, I guess, of what they could and made sure that didn't happen again. Did you see that kind of leadership?
I don't. After a game like North Carolina, I don't know. Again, I don't. There was no circling the wagon for us. We could have been better in a lot of spots, and I think that's totally discrediting what North Carolina did. And again, I think I'm proud of our guys, the way they fought and made plays, and we certainly made enough mistakes to lose a game, and I put them in a bad call on the 3rd and short, so that's not their fault, that's my fault. But we can't stare in the backfield and we're covering a guy man-to-man and expect them not to throw it to him either. So, our guys responded within the game, and that's what you want to see. It's not what happens, because things are going to happen. And so we didn't need anybody to have to say anything. They knew, that we've got enough awareness. We don't have our head in the sands as coaches, and certainly don't as players. It's a long season. We've got improvement to make. We said it going into the game, and we'll say it after, the same thing. And, you can't self-inflict. In critical situations, we got to be better. And, for example, again, our guys knew that we lost leverage. Didn't do a good job getting our hands up on the last drive of the game on some, critical situations. Stopped them on 3rd down, didn't stop them on 4th down a couple times. And we got to be better and get more precise with our alignments, understanding the down and distance, and an awareness to what the offense gives you in these situations. And so we can get off the field. There is no touchdown. There is no 2-point conversion. We don't get to that. And so that's really what the focus, and it would have been the same had those guys been here. There's a lot more good than there was bad, and they're certainly bad. And but I loved how our guys responded within the game, and hated the last drive after we had really done a really nice job of responding after the first quarter. Really got settled in, and we're playing well in the second half, and then we give up 16-play drive. But so you got to play the story within the story. It's not just 16 plays and they had their way. We had plenty of opportunities within the drive to get off the field, and so you got to learn from that.
Moving forward to FSU, they played 2 quarterbacks over there. Rich Blackman was a little injured going into last week's game. What have you seen between the 2 guys and the difference between them?
See a lot more similarities than differences. 2 guys that understand the system, 2 guys that are playing well within the system. Both of them long and have good mobility, can move the pocket when they need to, do a good job of managing the offense and throwing with precision. Both of them got big arms, can take the top off the defense, and both of them have enough savviness that when things break down, they can improvise and make plays, extend plays, and have the ability and the instincts to keep their eyes down the field and create a lot of big plays that way. And so they both got great leadership and toughness. I've seen them both get stroked pretty good, and and respond. And we know Blackman, had a really nice year last year as a first-year starter. So when Hornibrook's a winner, what he's done at Wisconsin, he's used to winning, he's used to leading, and so they got a lot of the same characteristics and traits.
You have a really good running back in Cam Akers.
Yeah.
Held him to just 11 yards on 7 carries last year. Is that just a testament to how good Dexter and Christian and those guys were?
It's a testament to everybody. I mean, they're not the only ones. They got to take up blocks sometimes, and other people got to tackle them. But it's a different year. It's a different system. It's a different O-line coach. It's a what they're asking them to do is different, and so they're doing a really nice job. You see marked improvement from a year ago. And just with the back, he's the best one we'll see, all year. And is having a tremendous year. He's got broad shoulders, carrying the workload for him in the run game. And he's a tough guy, got great instincts, really good zone runner, runs through a lot of trash. He's got breakaway speed and just really strong durability, and plays with a really good toughness to him. So we got our hands full. We help each other, I don't know what the percentage is or whatnot, but we do talk about things that we've seen or issues that are there, just a little bit. You want to stay in your lane. You got enough problems of your own, but sometimes it's good to look at things through, not sometimes, a lot of times it's good to look at things through another lens, particularly on the opposite side of the ball, But they're all really smart guys. They understand how defenses operate and what they're trying to do. And so you try to, help when needed, and vice versa. I haven't watched them, bits and pieces during the game, but a lot of times you're occupied. And hey, they played well, and I don't know what they did schematically and those kind of things, but I know our offense was, they'll respond. We got a lot of smart guys over there and a lot of very talented players there. So, like I said, we got our own problems. Start with a 16-blade drive, but those guys will respond.
How important is tackling this week? You're facing a back like Akers.
Yeah, it's important every week, but they make you tackle in space a lot, and they do a really nice job of play design, and it's going to be critical, and they make a lot of big plays, both outside and inside, with their ability of really good explosive athletes breaking tackles, making people miss.
What's the biggest difference the trials have brought to them offensively?
It's run game's different. There's a plan. There's cohesion from week to week. And then they're doing a really nice job in their protection, protecting the. I know last week they gave up. You said, whoa, they gave up 8 sacks against North Carolina. Well, it's not always on the offensive line either. And and who's to say that whatever NC State presented them wasn't something that they weren't ready for. So I can't really say, but overall they've done a much better job, and particularly the last few weeks playing better as a football team, and complementing each other in all 3 phases. And but you really see the system, taking roots and moving in the right direction.
How does Terry, wide receiver number 15, compare to what some of the big plays?
He's really good. We said a year ago he was their best guy, and the thing I like about him, he's big and he's really fast, and he can take a quick throw, and he can house call it any time. He's got tremendous breakaway speed, but he plays with great toughness. He loves to block. He plays through the whistle, and he finishes plays, and you notice him. And he's got a great presence to him. And so we got a lot of respect for him. Great player.
Brent, you said that Blackman and Hornibrook kind of more similarities than differences. Are there some differences that you have to account for when either is in the game?
I mean, I don't see them calling plays different.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it comes down to. And again, I think athletically, the naked eye here says, hey, it looks, there's not, one's a runner, one's a thrower, one can't throw when things break down the field, one keeps his eyes locked in and he'll find the open receiver. I don't see the things that would, I don't see one guy can't throw deep, one guy, lacks accuracy in the short game. Just don't see it, so I'm sure there are some differences, but for things that are important to us, there really isn't. I hope he's back. I know he's feeling really good before we left, and I'm sure. I'm just guessing. Just whoever lines up, okay, he's in. Because we have to do what we do. But I would imagine that he'll be trying to work in a little bit today. I wouldn't think that he's going to go from yellow to everything's great. But who knows?
Yeah,
But,
we have to
Play, who goes up in the chain in your depth chart?
It'd be Nolan.
Dabo said before the season with the defensive end battle and who's starting, that's going to be a thing that just continues to go on throughout the year. Is that still a week-to-week thing as far as?
Who's practicing better? Who's got a better grasp of the game plan, and sometimes it's like, okay, well they're all the same, so let's pick a guy, and but you really do try to make everything count, and there's more consistency with that group, and we're still a work in progress there, but been really pleased with really all 5 of those guys, and they've done a really nice job of getting better, at being intentional about the improvement and the fundamentals, and but occasionally we'll, like any position, we'll have a bad play or whatnot, but I've been pleased with those guys. They've been working hard.
Anybody else?
You bet. Yep.